Alright, couple quick points. This is going to be disjointed. It's just going to be all over the place, but I'm going to shoot at it. Okay, on the taxing power issue, you cite the marijuana case, the marijuana law case where Congress regulated marijuana. That's 1937. Post-switch in time case, by the way, because the Supreme Court didn't tackle it until later, but that's a post-switch in time case, and in that case, it doesn't matter what the taxing power is because it's legal under the Commerce Clause. The fact of the matter is that you can't use the taxing power to do something you can't do under the Commerce Clause. In that case, they could regulate it under the Commerce Clause because you have interstate commerce. Essentially, interstate commerce really nowadays doesn't really mean much more than just commerce, but even in that case, we're talking about interstate commerce, and the taxing authority doesn't even matter in that case. You're also citing cases which are just all over the map, which aren't like cited in constitutional law. Like Bailey versus Drexel Furniture Company is like the case on the taxing power, and it's considered good law, and you're just pulling, quotes out of other cases which are just not relied upon to justify the taxing power. Like that's all there is when it comes to the taxing power. Now, I just also want to get onto this other point about the Commerce Clause. You talked about how regulatory effects from taxes don't render a law invalid, and I agree, they don't necessarily render the law invalid, but they still have to have the purpose of serving the goal of raising tax revenue. It can't just be, if it's any regulatory, any tax that has any regulatory power is good. It's just that taxes which have regulatory effects are fine so long as they are also designed to raise revenue, and that's not the case in this law. Now, maybe there could be some justification that that this tax, if you want to even call it that, is designed to raise revenue, but it's not. It's clearly not. Everybody knows the only reason they put it in there is to fix the problem with denying people coverage and then having holdouts. The other thing I want to go back to is this idea that you can only pay for health care if you have health insurance. That's completely false. People can just, you can pay your doctor directly. People who are wealthy individuals might even be able to pay for heart surgery directly if they want to. Everyone who has health insurance, who doesn't have health insurance, doesn't necessarily get it from the taxpayers through charity care. If that's the problem you want to tackle, like I said, tax people who use charity care and don't do it for people who don't have health insurance. See you tomorrow.